IP. And then we discussed about EC2 vertical scaling overview, right? So in vertical scaling overview, we discussed like how we can add resources to the existing instance, right? Say like CPU, we can increase, memory, we can increase, right? How we can change the, by changing the instance type, we can bring down the instance, we can, resize the instance. So that we discussed. And we also discussed about scaling up of EBS volume. So how we can increase the size of our EBS storage, how we can increase the performance, right? So how we can change the type of storage. So we can do a lot of things there. So that also we discussed. So you can go through the video and try to understand. So today we'll be discussing about the EC2 cost optimization, right? About some aspects of billing and cost management, and then about the identity and access management, right? And additionally, we have a few more topics in line. So we can discuss about KMS, about CloudWatch and CloudTrail, some monitoring services, right? So if time permits, we can go ahead and discuss about trusted advisor, load balancing, and auto scaling as well, right? So let's see how far we can cover, right? So I'll go with your pace and just try to focus and pay some attention here, right? So this one we discussed, and today let's discuss about the cost optimization. So it's about the cost that we are moving to cloud, right? So we discussed about capital expenses, and we discussed about operational expenses, capex and opex initially, right, when we thought of moving to cloud. So we don't want to invest in capital amount, and then we want to just pay for operational expenses for the reason we are going to this cloud. So in that case, if we end up paying too much as an operational expense itself, so that will be of no use moving to cloud, right? So we should always be concerned about how much we are paying for what services we are paying, right? So we should always try to optimize the cost, right? So would like to discuss with you based on your understanding of EC2 instances. With respect to EC2 instances, so far we have learned about EC2 instances, right? So let's try to find out certain points, right? We can note down, right, where we can optimize the cost, right? So you can give some idea. I will not note down randomly, and then we can consolidate on that, right? That's a good idea, right? You can suggest something, right? How we can reduce, how we can optimize the cost, right? So you should have some idea. Say like, I'll just give you a clue. Say like, shall we keep our system running all the time whenever it is in use or it's not in use? Anyone?
We need to stop that terminate if we are not using it.
Yeah, we should terminate if it is not in use, or we should, we should bring it down, right? If it is not in use, right?
Yes, yes.
So say like if our particular instance, if it is like used only during daytime, right? During nighttime, it's not needed. We can shut it down, right? We can stop the instance, right?
Yes.
So can that save some cost?
Yes.
Right? Okay, perfect, perfect. So we can say like first one. Okay, so we can stop or terminate, right? Instance which is not required, right? What else?
Elastic IP, if you.
Yeah, that's a good point. So elastic IP we should take care of, right?
Yeah.
What we should do?
I think we should, if we are not using it, we should delete it or
Yeah,
remove it,
release.
release it
Yeah,
actually. Yeah.
release if not used. Perfect. So that is good example. Something like that. On this only you should think. Same line.
EBS volumes, so we can take snapshots and release it.
EBS volume if it is not in use, you meant to say.
Yes, I mean,
If not used, can be released.
I mean, we can take a snapshot. A snapshot will cost
If
us less, right?
that will be actually better because volume will be kept in one availability zone. If the
Okay.
availability zone goes offline, right, your volume will be lost, your data will be gone. So if you have, if needed, we can create a snapshot, right?
Okay.
If needed, we can create a snapshot because snapshot will be kept in S3 and we will have more durability for that, right? So yeah.
One more I have just come across.
Yeah.
I don't know how to solve that also. S3, this database, I mean, data transfer is there, right? They usually cost huge, right? Even if you are hosting
Yeah.
data transfer.
Yeah, data transfer rate will be applied.
Yeah.
So, but for say like snapshot, you're simply keeping in there, right?
No. The fourth point I'm just saying I've seen in S3,
Okay, okay,
data
okay.
transfer is usually huge compared to everything.
Yeah, but here you just focus on EC2.
EC2. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. Cost optimization, right? So let's think from the EC2 point of view. Anything associated with EC2? I'll give another idea, right? Size of the instance,
Yes.
right? Pradeep,
Yes.
just think from this point of view.
Yeah.
So yesterday we tried to resize, no?
Uh,
Vertical and
Scaling up, scaling
vertical
up.
scaling up, scaling down, right?
Yeah, that is also cost optimization.
Yeah. So if it is you can manage with the lower size, you can reduce it, right?
Yes, correct.
And not only during the runtime of the instance, but even when you are in the planning phase itself, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So during the planning phase itself, what you can do? You can plan,
Plan which volume we should be selected. Kind of plan we can
volume and the size of server,
server. Yes.
right? That instance type, you remember?
Yes.
So we should go for say like T2 micro, or we should go for T2 medium, or we should go for T2 extra large, right?
Yeah.
So that we need to decide, right?
Yes.
So this is another option. What else we can have? Prashant, just think of something.
Yeah.
You just think from the snapshot point of view. Say like we have taken hundreds of snapshots, right, and kept it. So in S3 we are having that snapshot kept, and whatever even the volumes might be deleted, and that snapshot may not be useful also, right? Sometimes.
Right.
So what to do with that?
We can delete those snapshots.
Yeah.
The ones we don't need.
Yeah. Delete obsolete, I will say, right? Obsolete snapshots. Correct? Which is no longer needed, right? We can use lifecycle management also, right?
Right. Yeah.
For doing this, right? We can automate the process. Okay, so this is good, and you can think more. Okay, so far we have discussed this. So when can be reduced, EBS volume can be reduced, size of instance we discussed, size of EBS volume also we can discuss, right? Size of EBS volume can also be reduced, right? Can we? Yesterday we saw, no? There was no option actually. Right?
Yes, Harish. Yes, correct.
So this is difficult. What to do with this then? By mistake, if I have taken big size or something, what we can do? We can maybe, no, if it is some additional storage or something, so we can take another storage, right? And then we can release that big storage.
Release the existing one, yeah. Release the bigger one, and we can. Take the
We can have workaround here also, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. What else we can think of? We have like during that instance type we were seeing, no? So that will come under that only. So we should choose generation, that latest generation, latest generation systems, right? So you have like M1, M2, M3, M4, M5, like that. So latest generation would be faster, right? And it would be say like using HVM, that virtualization, right? Instead of para virtualization, or some other features may be there, which can make your application more faster. Maybe it can give better performance, right? As compared to previous generation instance, right? So we can plan for latest generation instance, right? Maybe this may be faster at competitive price. So maybe for the same price you are paying similar price for previous generation, right? So we can upgrade to latest generation instance, right? So that can be faster. We can explore this option as well, right? So what else? So there is a concept of reserved or spot instance. So you got a clue yesterday, right, Pradeep?
Yeah, reserving.
Yeah, so there is a concept of reserved instance and spot instance, right?
Spot request, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just try to explain this today, right? So this can save us. This can save a lot of cost, right? Depends on the situation when we can use it, right? So this can be useful. So we'll discuss this one. Then what else? No, it's an ongoing process, right? This cost optimization, right? It's not one-time process, right? So before we start, planning, so that time in planning phase we can, decide on the size and all those things. But it's ongoing thing, right? So for that, what we should do? We should keep on analyzing, right, and monitoring the data, right? So how much is getting utilized, right, and how much we are getting billed for, right? So one thing is monitoring, right? Monitoring data uses, right? And another thing can be what? Monitor billing also, right? So how much bill we are getting, right? Why we got very huge bill or something. So we can analyze that also. So we can monitor, we can analyze billing also, right? So that is also useful, right? So what we will do here, we'll go to AWS. No need to go to management console. What you can do, you just open a page. There you just type aws.amazon.com/AWS cost management. Actually, I just share the link cost. Go to this one. Cloud management. Okay, something else came. Wait 1 second. So it should be AWS-cost optimization. One, I think. Yeah, AWS cost optimization. So let me share this link. You can just try that. So I keep on using. So I have this in my memory. So you just go to this AWS cost optimization. This is very important part of any cloud, right? So when you go to cloud, right? So this cost optimization is very important. This is one of the most important purpose of going to cloud. A lot of things are there. So you went there to this website?
Yes. Yes.
So you just see, you should try to go through it at your home also later, right? So now you just explore this, and then later you go and read in depth about everything, right? So here you see, getting started. It says enables you to take control of cost and continuously optimize your spend while building modern scalable applications to meet your needs, right? So here you see spot instances, reserved instances they are talking about. You see, with reserved instances, you can do something. With spot instances, you can do something, right? So there will be, you might have heard the term on-demand instance, right? So what we are doing is, there is something called on-demand. So whatever you need, so based on that, we are doing it. So all these name, right? This instance, that instance, reserved instance, spot instance, all are instance only, right? It's not like some different type of instance or some kind of special instance or something. It's not like that. Just like they are naming it, they are saying reserved instance, spot instance. This is based on the billing, right? Okay, you understood? Instances are same, nothing different except the billing. How you are billed for a particular instance, right? Based on that only they are naming it, right? So for example, we choose this reserved instances. See reserved instances, right? So you just go through this. Here you can see that reserved instances, there won't be any upfront fee maybe, or you can pay partial. So just you see EC2 reserved instances, right? So Amazon EC2 reserved instances provide a significant discount up to 75%. So this is the benefit, right? So you can get a discount up to 75%, right? You just go open another page. So what do you see? Why should I go for reserved instances? Reserved instances types. You see the characteristics, standard, convertible, right? Change availability zone, change instance families, benefit from price reduction, offering class, term, payment option, right? You can go for 1 year or 3 year terms, right? So you have certain attributes related to that. You have a pricing related to reserved instance, right? How to buy reserved instance, correct? So you can just follow the links and try to understand about the reserved instances. Then you can go to how to purchase, log into AWS. You have the options also to explore. So you can go to management console and how you can explore about that reserved instances. So that I'll show you. Okay. So how billing works, what is on demand, right? So like that you have detail of reserved instances. So you just know it's a homework to you to just explore this. I'll just tell you the basics, right? And this will require a lot of effort to go through and understand this. So please go through this and try to understand. And your next session, you can ask questions if you wish, right? You see, like this, you can go to spot instances and you can try to understand about the spot instances, right? So why we should go for spot instances. So here again, up to 90% discount. So for spot instances, 90% discount, up to 90%. So what happens there, right? It depends on the market rate. You see spot instances, PQI spot instance option, launch like this. So you just go through and read about this. So let me explain you the basics, right? So you can try to understand. So there is something like on-demand instance, you might have heard, right? On-demand instance. So what happens in on-demand instance? Do we have any commitment? No commitment. So it will be pay per use, right? You are just taking something. You are not committing that I'll be using this much or that much over a period of that many years, right? So we are doing no commitment, right? Now, this is the benefit here. This is the benefit here. So you are not committing anything, right? You are having free mind. Whatever you use, you just pay for that, right? So this will be on regular price, whatever is the on-demand price, so that you can refer and you can pay for that. You will be knowing based on the use only you have to pay, right? But say like whenever you require, you don't require today, right? On demand only you require. So maybe you require after 1 month, right? So whatever is the pricing today, right? So after 1 month, price may be something else, or after 6 months, price may be something else, right? So you never know what will be the price, right? So whatever will be the price listed on Amazon website, you have to pay that much, right? So that is another thing. So at a given price, availability is not guaranteed, right? Now, size, right? So this price factor, right? So it may not be available, right, at a guaranteed price or something. So whatever is the on-demand price, that will be, you have to pay for that. Price will be again on demand listed on the site. Now, listed at AWS site, right? So you have to go for that. Now, apart from that, size. How size can be significant here? You are looking for a particular size in a particular availability zone, right? You are looking for very huge size of instance, right, where you require 1000 vCPUs, and terabyte of size of disk, and huge memory requirements. So you are looking for some very huge size, so that may not be available in a particular availability zone. It's not a guarantee, right? So it may be there in another availability zone, so it may not be there in a particular availability zone. Okay, understood?
Yes, Harish.
Yeah. So that these are the features and benefits and the challenges that may be there. So with respect to price, there can be some challenge, right? And with respect to size also, particularly for a particular, say like you're looking for something in 2A only, not looking in 2B or something, may not be available there. They will suggest you, okay, go to 2B, you take it there. It's not there. No guarantee, because it's on demand. What I have, that I will sell to you, right? It's not up to you. You can take whatever you wish. Whatever I am having, right? I'm the seller. So whatever size is there, that much only they can give. They don't have anything, right? So how, from where they will give? So that is another challenge, right? Now this is about on-demand instance. Now let's go back and look at, right, the reserved instances, right? So reserved instances. So what is there? So as we saw, no, 1 year to 3 year, like that they were telling, right? So you will have, say, like 1 year plan. You are committing for 1 year. Okay. Now you are doing some commitment, right? You're doing some commitment that I will be using, these instances for 1 year, right? So in 1 year, what you will get? You don't have to pay any upfront fee. Okay, so you don't have to pay, say, like upfront fee. You can choose this option. So you have a choice. So you don't want to pay any, fee in advance or something, right? So you'll get, say, like some 30% discount, right? 35% discount, right? So like that, you'll get some discount. So you know the uses, right? You are going to use these systems because you have running application. You have the existing customers. So you will be knowing that how much uses may be there. So you are going for reserved instances, right? And you are getting some discount there, right? Say like you got some 30% discount. You're not even paying in advance. So good, right? Now, or you may get, depends on the size and availability of the instances. So you can get, say, like 50% discount, right? You can just try to explore these options. So I'm just writing on my own, right? So some rough idea I'm just giving to you. Okay. So say like if you go for you say like no I can go for 1 year, or maybe in this only, in 1 year only, I want to give some partial payment, right? So partial upfront fee you can pay. You say like, okay, I'll pay this much. So total cost is, say, like 5 lakhs rupees. I'll pay 2 lakhs rupees. Okay. So you are paying some amount here. So partial upfront fee you are paying, maybe for 1 year, or this can be for 3 years also. So what you can do for 1 year and for 3 years. For those two, you have option for partial upfront fee. Right? Now, if you choose this option, so you'll get how much discount? Say like you get 50% to, say, like 60% discount. Right? You're getting more. How much you got there? You're getting more discount here in this case. Right? Say like if you say that, okay, I want to go for, I'll pay full upfront. Okay, you'll pay in advance only, full payment, right? So again, you have option for, right, 1 year and 3 years, both, right? So what you will get here? Maximum
benefit.
Yeah. So say like you get 60% to 75% discount. So that's why it's very important to monitor and analyze your uses, right? And the billing and all those things. So you should be on top of it. You should be knowing like, okay, how much is my actual utilization? How much payment I'm making, right? So once you understand that, right? So what you can do, you will have full control over your cost. You can go for reserved instances. This is really very good feature, right? So I think you got some basic idea, understanding, right?
Yes, Harish. And the price will be fixed, is it?
Price will be like, no, based on the instance. Say like you are going for M5 instance, or you are going for C4 instance, or you're going for some instance. For this, something will be the price for this category. For this, some other price will be there. But once you have taken it, it will be fixed.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So once you take it, fixed. That's it. So you simply pay it for, say, like 3 years. You just pay it. That's it. You just relax.
Right. Okay.
right? Or you just pay this partial amount and then you have to pay some monthly amount, right? And then, or here you can pay some monthly amount, right? You can, no, that will be fixed for you. No, like, no, how EMI will work, right? So like that you can do. So it will be completely fixed. So you have a very much peace of mind, right? So what is the benefit here?
You'll get maximum discounts.
Yeah, you get a good, very good discount, right? So benefit is with price, discount, discounted price, and then what? Another drawback was there, no? On demand, we were seeing something. Price happened, size.
Okay. Here the size is also fixed, is it?
Size is guaranteed for you.
Yeah. Once we select the size.
Yeah. Availability was not there. So in this
Right.
zone, it is not there. In this zone, it was there. Like that, all those
Yeah.
things. You just say like, I want it in 2A only.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it. It's yours. So
Okay.
availability guaranteed, right? In by specifying a particular availability zone. Just specify a particular availability zone. I want it, no, my this particular size and this particular instance in that particular availability zone. That's it. It's yours, right? So you're getting the discount. You're getting the availability also guaranteed, right? So the overall cost will depend on the size and type of the instances for that particular availability zone at the time when you are specifying it. So for one particular availability zone, it may be more. For another availability zone, it may be less. It may be whatever. So whatever at the time of requesting this, whatever is the actual price based on the size, type, and the availability zone, right? So that you will be paying for. It will be fixed, right? So for what it is best? So used for what? Reserved instances. For
Continuous
constant,
usage. Yeah.
for constant application, right?
Yeah.
For constant uses, right? Where your application is constantly using something, right? So some database is running. Some database is running and you know it will be running only, right? It's not going to stop, right?
Right.
So we know that this has to run. There's no other choice. Till the time our business is running, our database is also running. That's it. So you can just simply, pay some amount and you get say like some 70% discount. So what is wrong in it, right? So this is the benefit of reserved instances. So we'll move to.
Do we have one basic question?
Yeah,
Harish?
please. Yeah.
Do we have a concept of like pay per user?
Pay per use is there. Pay per user means?
So, for example, a team has 10 members and 10 members are using the application or instance. Based on the user logged in, the billing can be happen. Something like that. Is there a concept?
There is a concept of pay per use, right? Where whatever is the use, that model is there, right? There are in some places there will be some options, right, for pay per user also, right?
Okay.
So here it is pay for use, right? So sometimes it can be like for certain services. If you are sure that you will be using these many services, then yeah, you have. In Azure also you have, in AWS also you have. You want to pay for a particular individual services, right? And you want say like this say like these are the services where you want to use for these many users, right? So you can
Yes.
choose if you are in advance, if you are knowing, right? So you can use. However, it's like when you are reserving things, then you can have a lot of flexibility. You have to reserve it.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to say like you want to reserve it. Say like for these many things I want to reserve, right? Then you will have some lesser prices. However, it's mainly pay per use. Right.
Okay.
So mainly the pricing here will work as pay per use. Whatever you use, that only you have to pay, right? So whatever services that you are using, so based on that it will be there. But pay for user, that model, no, I have not come across actually. But you
Okay.
can just try to explore further. Based on the user, I have seen some places it's there pay per user basis, but when you
Right.
are
Right.
specifying the number of user and then when you are committing something, right, for in a reserved no case, you are reserving something that these are the services. Say like I want to use for a school situation for some these many students, I want to use these many services, right? So
Yeah.
based on that, there are certain models where paper based on user. But here I have come across like mainly pay per use. So whatever is the uses, maybe you may be having whatever number of users, right? So simply pay per whatever uses they are doing, right? So pay per the service only, whatever services you are using, right? So based on
Okay.
that, it will be there.
Yeah. I have seen some application or tools.
Where it will be based on user, right?
User login. Yeah.
Correct, correct. It's that model is there in many places. I have seen that with respect to the software as a service, because this is something very flexible, right? Software
Okay.
as a service. So there are certain requirements where no, we can say that no, these many users, for these many users, I want to take this particular service. So that will be applicable for a particular service for a particular number of users, right? So I'll try to find out more if I get about this. No, I'll just explain you.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Yeah, we
No
can
problem.
discuss.
Thanks.
Sure, sure, no problem. So this is this is about what you call this reserved one. Now, what else we can discuss is about spot one, right? So any idea about spot instances? Oh, I think it became a bit dull. Can I just change this page?
Yeah. Please.
Okay. So I'll just change it. Okay. Okay, this is perfect, right? So spot instances. What can be spot instances? What will the fee here based on? What? Supply, demand ratio, right? So what happens many times, there will be left services and compute resources, and a lot of things will be unused, right? And a lot of resources may be available, right? Because of less utilization, right? So that time they can simply give some instances for as cheap as almost free, right? So sometimes what happens, there is too much of demand during some holiday season, during certain particular time of a year, right? So there may be too much of pressure, right, on the these resources, right? So at that time the cost may be higher, right? Sometimes demand may be very less, right? So a lot of resources are unused and simply lying there, right? So what happens, demand may be very less, so that time, right, they can have lot of resources available, so they can give it for 90% discount, right? That's what they have mentioned there, 90 up to 90% discount for spot instances. So what we do, how we get that benefit, right? So we specify, say like there is a market price, right? Say like there is a market price of $10, right? Now you specify, right, $12. Okay, you say that I'll pay $12, right? So you specify that this is my maximum amount, right? So that I can pay. I'm willing to pay this much, right? So you will get the instance, right? You will get that. But what is the risk here? As soon as the market price grows, right, and becomes say like $13, right, what will happen? Your instances will be terminated. Okay, so understand the risk, right? So market price goes higher, AWS will terminate your instance, right? And that instance will be given to some other user who will be paying like no $15, right? That user will get it. So where we can use this? This can still be useful, right? So there is a risk of termination. Still, this can be useful. So this can be useful for what?
E-commerce kind of applications.
But again, it should be, you know, if the instance is taken, then it should not harm the application.
Okay.
So something for learning purpose.
Yes. Yeah. Testing environment, learning. Yeah.
Sudden surge in number of users that it unexpectedly happens. You know,
Yeah. So if it is say like some situation where number of users may increase or something, that time you can add some spot instances, and then you can, when the number of users go down, then you can release it like that.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, but only thing you have to consider is if the instance is taken away, no, there is a surge in number of users, and then you are like no spot instances you just got like this, and then it is given to someone else. So still you are that application should not
Using all the
crash.
data.
It should not crash actually. Right. So the condition here is applications, right, must tolerate, right, tolerate any interruption, right, when instance or instances are removed, right? So these spot instances, right, can be removed. So the application should be able to tolerate that interruption, right? So it should not crash, right? So some kind of environment you can do for learning, for testing, for experiment, right? For some kind of temporary work, right? Some kind of temporary work which is you are doing, right? Some monthly reporting we will be doing, right? So some analysis we are doing, some monthly calculation we are doing. So that calculation will become slow. That's it. Doesn't matter, right? So we are doing adding some instances. Now we have like 3 instances running. Now we have added one more, right? So calculation will be a bit faster. It will finish instead of 12 hours, it will finish in 8 hours, right? So we are working for 8 hours. It will be managed with 4. Say like, if this is gone, then what will happen? Instead of 8 hours, it will finish in 9 hours. It's okay, right? So we can try that in those situations. Understood, right? Okay.
Yes.
They're good. So I'll just show you, right? Now you can go to EC2 instance dashboard. So just try to read and try to understand more about it, right? What are the features and these options, right? So just try. So I just close this for now. You can go to AWS Management Console and you can go to EC2 Dashboard. I'll show you these instances. Go to this. Okay, you can just remain here. So you see spot request option. Did you find that? I clicked on spot requests.
Yes, Harish.
Okay. So all of you on this page? Prashant, Sridevi, please confirm.
Yes. One question.
Yeah.
So mostly enterprises will not go for this, right? Maybe like whatever use cases you told, only for those use cases only enterprises will go, right?
I didn't get your question actually.
So for example, all these use cases where the application should be always running, enterprises will not go for this spot request or on demand, right?
Why not?
But if the application has to be stable.
Yeah, so say like I in my organization, right? So I have one application, right,
Okay.
which is using 12 servers. 12 servers. It's a distributed application where it's running on 12 servers, right? It's already running fine. But I say like, no, if it is a very critical situation where you have your users and very critical application or something where you cannot afford to make it slow under any circumstances, right? So you'll go for on-demand instances only, right? However, there also like you have development environment, right? You have some pre-production environment. So for the same set of for the same application, I have that application in production, but I have the same application running in QA environment also, right? So I have 12 servers there also, right? So now the situation here is like we actually don't require 12 servers, but we have it, right? So there is an investment where unnecessarily they have invested 12 servers. So I would recommend there go for 6 servers only for QA, right? And whenever you feel like you are doing some testing, you are doing some experimentation where you require no additional thing, so you simply go for spot instance, right? And you add maybe Y6, you add another 16 spot instances, right? So depends on the users. Just like so these enterprises will be using it not for customer facing critical applications, but for the different options, different situations. Yeah. Using it. Yeah. Okay. So you just, if you come here, you see request spot instances option, right? So you can click on that request spot instances and you can see like load balancing the workload or flexible workload, big data workload, defined duration workload. You can take it for 1 to 6 hours, right? So you have options. So here you can just go through it. You can just choose various options and you finally you don't click on launch, right? You can just try to see these options, right? And just make yourself familiar with this all. So you should be knowing that there is something like spot instances, what may be the use cases. So some questions may be there because it all will be theoretical based on the scenario and concepts. So you should be understanding where we can use it. That's it. That much only important, where we can use it.
Suppose when EBS is being assigned, attached to it, and then AWS, if the demand has gone up and if you're releasing, what happens to the EBS?
Say like it depends on what you are choosing. That terminate option is there, right?
Yes.
So that will also go. Say like delete on termination, right? So if it is released, so everything will be released.
Everything.
Yeah. So you can simply choose. You can just browse through it. Whenever you get a chance, you just try to experiment with this, change options, explore options, right? Then make yourself familiar. Okay. Now you come back to EC2. Now you just look at reserved one. You have some reserved instance option you see here.
Yes.
Click on that reserved instance option, right? And then you see purchase, we don't have any. So you click on purchase reserved instances, right? Here you see Linux, Unix, default tenancy, offering class. You have various options: convertible, standard, default, dedicated, T2 micro, which one you want, for what term you want, for any 1 month, 12 month to 3 years, right? So you have option to choose for 1 year or less than that 1 year, or maybe 12 months up to 36 months. So like that you have options, right? So you can simply try to see, you can go to marketplace, right? And you can try to understand, right? So for which server, how much they are charging, right? How it will be less or more if you choose some other option, right? So like that you just see, you can just go, you can add to cart, you can view cart, and you can simply skip purchasing it, right? So you just try, whenever you get a chance, you just try to understand what is the purpose of reserved instance and how much discount we are getting. So you should have a understanding that as compared to on-demand instances, how reserved instances can be useful, and under what circumstances it can be useful, and whether it is how much discount we are getting, right? So all these things we should have that understanding, right? So I'll be giving some questions based on certain scenarios, right? So it will which will make you more clear about all this, right? So you can discuss a couple of questions based on the reserved and spot and on-demand instances, and then we can make it more clear. So meanwhile, whenever you get a chance, please go through it and try to understand. Fine? Okay. Okay. Now what we will do, we'll move to next concept that is related to security, right? So security is very important, right? With respect to any cloud, or not only cloud, everywhere, security is very important, right? So, okay, so before we move to IAM, we have one more concept of AWS billing and cost management. So because we saw about cost management also, right? So that also we can see, right? Because with this itself we saw about cost optimization, so we should be knowing about billing and cost management also, right? So what we can do, see, pay AWS bill, monitor users, analyze and control costs, and all. So what you do here, you go to console, right? On console you just type billing. I typed it wrongly. You see, billing comes here. Oh, some amount is there for me. Okay. So I have some amount. For you, what is there? You have some amount, or it's like zero?
0 for me.
Okay. Okay. So current month to date balance, August 2020. So say like some 0.06 USD, some 4.54 INR at today's exchange rate, right? So now you see top free service tier services by users, important information about these costs. So all of you, please keep checking this space, right? Because what happens is sometimes you will be charged and you may not be knowing, right? You will be getting email or something, you may not be accessing, you may not be reading. So what they will do, after some reminders for a couple of months, they will disable your account, right? So you can just look at this periodically. Okay, so see here some cost is there. So what I will do, it says month to date and the forecast and some others. So I go to bill details. Just click on bill details, right? You can say expand all. So here you see Amazon Internet Service Private Limited, US East North Virginia, $0, right? Amazon Cloud Watch, $0 per request. First, this much 4 requests have been made. That is free, right? CloudWatch for Ohio region, 15 requests were made, but that is also free. Right? Data transfer for North Virginia, all these things, all these uses, it's free, right? Ohio region, you see, US East Ohio, some 9 GB data transfer. I think we transferred that snapshot, right? Maybe because of that. This 9 GB came, right? Probably that one, not sure. So now you have a lot of other things. You also have something like this, some details.
Yes.
Okay. So you see EC2 utilization here, something here is NAT gateway. So for Ohio, right, I have Elastic Compute Cloud NAT gateway, $0.05. Okay. So for this NAT gateway, we'll be discussing about NAT gateway maybe in our next class. So for NAT gateway, it is chargeable. So that I had done demonstration for some other batch. Right. So for that, it is charged some $0.05 or something, maybe for some time, 1 hour only, less than 1 hour I used. Right. Now you see 6 hours. Something is there, Amazon EC2 running Windows, for 4 hours I ran it, nothing is there. So you have all the uses, all the data and the price associated with that. So for see different KMS request or something, key management service I did for London region something. So this is 0. So how many requests you have made? For how long you have run something? See, I ran some RDS, Relational Database Service, for 324 hours. Okay. So, but still I am not charged for that, right? You see. Now, what else is there? Data transfer is some 13 GB or something in that database. Nothing charged. 21 requests for SQS. Some, this is simple queue service, right? Amazon simple queue service. We'll discuss about that. So 21 requests, but no charges. So just pay attention to this, and whatever expenses that you have, some GST has been added. So $0.01 for that and $0.05 for NAT gateway. So for what I have been charged, right? And so all those details I can get, how much I have been charged. So if you analyze all these things, right? If you analyze the bill, so you will have an understanding and you can optimize the cost, right? Based on the analysis. Right, making sense?
Okay.
You see Cost Explorer. Just click on Cost Explorer. What does it show? Cost Explorer provides reporting, analytics, and visualization capabilities that you can use to track and manage your AWS cost. You will be able to see your spend data within 24 hours of enabling Cost Explorer, right? So you can enable Cost Explorer, right? So how it works? Use pre-configured views, analyze spend, download or bookmark the expenses, whatever report you want to bookmark. So I'll just do it, just see. So spend data for your account is being populated. It can take up to 24 hours to populate spend data for your account. So once this data is populated, you will be able to use Cost Explorer and use report. Okay. So I'll show you this maybe in the next session, right? So what are the uses and how it is coming, right? Okay. Or I'll log into another account and then I'll show you, right? I should have somewhere. Okay. So this is about Cost Explorer. So here you can see the reports and you can configure reports. You see budget option is there, right? So you can create. You currently have no budget, right? So AWS Budgets lets you quickly create custom budgets, that you can automatically alert, that will automatically alert you, right? So you can create a budget, cost budget. You want to try this? You please try this. Come to this no budget, click on create budget.
Okay.
Okay, so now here what you do, you choose cost budget and say set your budget. So this will be related to monitor your costs against a specified amount and receive alerts when your user defined thresholds are met. So say like if I, for mine is like $0.06 or something, so I can set a cost that it should not go beyond $5, right? So when it goes to $5 something, even before that it should alert me, right? Or maybe $10. I'll just set amount of $10, that as soon as it goes, my utilization goes before $10, say like I'll put some percentage or something, so based on that it will alert me, right? So just choose cost budget, click on set your budget. Okay, so here you see monthly EC2 budget. So we'll make it monthly hyphen EC2. So this is the name of my budget. Just put some name. So there are other budget options also, but it says as at this time only total cost budget creation functionality is available, right? So it's fine. So budget effective dates, recurring budget, expiring budget, period is monthly. I'll just, you can make it quarterly or annually, but I'll keep it monthly budget. Recurring budget, so for every month this budget will be applicable, and starting month I'll keep it as August only, this month itself. And then I will say like fixed budget or monthly budget planning. If you click on monthly budget planning, you can plan for different amount for different months, but I want it fixed, right? So on any month, right, budgeted amount I'll put as I'll say like $10, right? So it becomes $10. Simply type 10, right, and click outside, right? You can do anything. You can just put one. Put one. It is free tier, right? So it should not go beyond $1 or something. I don't want to pay more than one. So just make it $1 only. You see, all of you. Simply type 1 and come click outside. It will become $1 automatically. You don't have to type dollar. Tried that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So we have given the name, we have chosen monthly, we have chosen the start month, we have kept it fixed, we have given $1. We have some parameters which is optional, right? So it says aggregate cost by unblended costs, refunds, credits, support charges, these, that, lot of options are there, right? So we leave all as it is and we try to create alerts now. So click on configure alerts at the bottom down right side. Just click there, configure alerts. So what does it say? Alert threshold. So when do you want to get alert? So my maximum is like $1, right? So I want to get alert when it crosses, say like 90% of my budgeted amount, right? Means 90 cents only, right? So notify the following contacts when actual cost is greater than 90%, that is 90 cents, right? And email to, right? Email that one, right? abc at some xyz.com. Just put some email address. You also have option, right, to notify via Amazon simple notification service, that SNS topic, right? So we'll discuss about this as well, right? SNS topic. So if you just choose this option, right? So you have to mention that topic, right, which is we have not created yet, right? So we can create SNS topic, we can assign some mobile number, some details related to that, and then we can choose it here directly. So as of now, you just click it, don't click this one, keep it blank, notify via this one, email address, something you have put, right? Now you have to click on confirm budget. Okay, click on confirm budget, right? So you see cost budget name is this, monthly, this start date, and that we have not mentioned. Budget amount is $1, aggregate cost by unblended cost, include costs related to these all things, exclude costs related to credits or refunds, right? Then alerts, alert 1, actual cost greater than 90%, that is 90 cents, one contact, this is abc@xyz.com, and simply I click on create. As soon as I click on create, right, your budget has been successfully created, right? You see this? So under budget, you will have this monthly EC2, some budget is there. Good, right? Just click that, click that. See what does it say? For all of you?
Yeah, I can see the summary.
Yeah, so it says it can take up to 4 days for AWS budget data to become available for new AWS customers. Please try again soon, right? So you have option to edit the budget as well, right? And you have option to delete or copy as well, right? So you can see like current uses and the budgeted amount, right? So this is my current amount and this is the budgeted amount. This forecast is nothing as of now, budgeted amount is this one. So it will take some time to populate this page, okay? Fine, so you understood about this particular billing dashboard, right?
Yes.
From here, this billing dashboard, you just mix, you can, whenever you find some extra time, so that time you can click on other options, you can look at the preferences, you can go to payment methods, you can check the consolidated billing, you can go and see tax settings, you can click on bills, you can click on tax, you can see these reports, right? You can go for some saving plans, option is there. So this is also for cost optimization. The savings plans can be useful. See, what are saving plans? Just try to read about it. Try to understand what is saving plan, right? So saving plans are flexible pricing model that offer low prices for AWS users in exchange for a commitment to consistent uses of resources. Measure dollar per hour or 1 or 3-tier plan. So you have savings plan option as well. How you have savings plan in bank, right? You are doing some commitment and then you are getting some savings plan, right? So if you just click on purchase saving plans, again you have like compute saving plans, EC2 instance saving plans, for 1 year you want or for 3 years you want. You have options, right? So you can go to savings plans, see applicable rates for saving plan. You can look at all these things. You can try to understand the pricing, how it works with savings plan. So compute saving plan, how the pricing works. For instance saving plan, how the savings work, right? So you can choose something 1 year, 3 year, you can choose no upfront or partial upfront, right? We discussed about all these things, right? So you say like you want Ohio, Linux, shared, you want dedicated host or shared is fine for you. You see it's showing the options, right? So say like you're choosing for say like 1 year and you are saying no upfront fee, right? And you are choosing in Ohio, some Linux and tenants is shared. So you see for A1 medium, you are getting saving over on demand, you are getting 27% benefit, right? So you are getting here some 28%, 29%. So you are getting some benefits here if you are choosing no upfront. If you are choosing say like partial upfront, right? So what we are getting here, you're getting 31% or something for these particular different instances, right? So you can choose say like for 3 years, if you say no upfront, right? So what do you get here? No, 50%. See, so you are doing a commitment for 3 years or something. So you see here you are getting that much of. If you just go for partial upfront, right? So you're instead of that 50%, you're getting some 54% or something, right? For another region, it will be different. Say like for North Virginia.
But Harish, is there a static percentage or it will keep changing?
It can change, based on a particular day, or it's their choice, right? For how much they want to sell.
Okay.
But once you just purchase this, it will be fixed only, no? For you.
For customer, it is fixed, okay. But
Yeah. In general.
in general, 54% is not the same for all the customers.
No. This will not be fixed.
Okay.
Yeah, this is not fixed. This can become 60% after a month.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's up to them how much they want to give, right? But once you have taken it for 54%, it will be exactly the same for you. Got it, right? It will not change for you.
Okay, that
Yeah.
understood.
Yeah. So now you have partial upfront, you have like all upfront. You just choose all upfront, right, for 3 years, right? And you go for say like dedicated host, right? You see, for this one M5DN it is 59%, for M5N this is 60%, for something else it is 62%, right? For US, this one, if you go for some other Los Angeles, right, you will have some other, go for some Oregon, right? So you have like some different percentage, right? So it will be you have like, this is compute saving plan for Amazon EC2, this is compute saving plan for AWS Fargate, for this is Lambda for the different EC2 instance. You go to EC2 instance and then you just choose some 3 years. You say like all upfront you want to pay. Here you can choose that particular instance. So you want to go for say like see, you have T2. Go for T2 in Ohio, right? Here you see T2 nano, micro, small, medium, large, extra large, double XL, right? You see 62%, 62%, 62%, 63%, right? So like that you are getting. Right? So you want it for 3 years, right? You can choose this much. On demand rate is also given here, right? Now you can sort it like this, right? So nano is the cheapest one, right? Then micro, then small, then medium, and then finally this one, right? So you can choose things like this. You just explore, just click and explore, keep on exploring, right? So try to understand about the pricing. So you have, once you have some idea about all these things, then you go through some questions, right? Then you try to understand the scenario, right? So then you will have the clear picture in your mind that what is this all about.
Harish, one question.
Yes.
This discount saving plans is for reserved instances.
Yeah, you are committing, right?
Right, yeah.
So that's so that becomes reserved, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, because spot you are just giving your choice, right? There you are not committing. Here it's kind of reservation, right? So you are going for savings price, savings plan where it will be reserved for you. You are making a commitment, right? So if you go to this overview, you have saving plan. So it's a flexible pricing model, right? Provides savings of up to 72%. So these things will be changing actually, right? Sometimes it will be 72%. Sometimes I have seen it was like 70% only written, right? So these things will be changing. Your pricing model offers lower prices as compared to this one is regardless of the size, tenancy, region, right? Also applies to all these things. So this model, right, is no savings plan offers significant saving of around see, just like reserved instances, right? So this is giving you benefit just like reserved instances. So reserved instances, when we went to that our this place where services, we went to EC2, right? So we have two different choices, right? You see, spot instances, reserved instances, saving plan is different in option, like you see here. So what is common here is commitment. So here,
Yeah.
so when you went to reserved instances, then you are reserving it, purchase reserved instances. When you went to savings plan, so what it says, no, saving plan is flexible pricing model that provides up to this much of discount, no discount, but it is just based on the commitment. Here also you have saving plan for 1 or 3 years. Easily manage your plans by taking advantage of recommendations, performance reporting, right? And you can see that in Cost Explorer. So we saw that under that billing dashboard, we saw about Cost Explorer, right? So there we can go and we can enable that Cost Explorer, and then we can explore this option as well, right? So this is for against the commitment to use a specific amount of compute power. So we are committing here, right? So here we have various options, not one option or something. So here you have various options. In reserve instance, we're reserving the particular instance in a particular availability zone, right? So here what we did, here we have compute saving plan, EC2 instance saving plan, two different options. In this, what happens? In compute saving plan, it's about the computing resources. Here we have related to instance. So this is more similar to that reserved one, right? EC2 instance saving plan.
Yes.
This is for instance. This is for compute. So these are two different options that we are getting. So as we explored compute saving plan, we chose like 1 or 3 years. So this is similar again. We are going for what? Commitment of some years, right? And then hourly commitment also we can make here. No upfront we can choose, partial upfront we can choose, all upfront. But what we did in reserved instances, there also we had option to choose, but it was like not hourly commitment or something. That was like for complete commitment was there. So say like if you go to EC2 instances, here also you have some commitment, so that to maximize your savings. So if you choose this hourly commitment, so you'll get even more savings, because it will be you are committing more. You're not only committing that okay I'll be using it or something. Now you are just doing a commitment that okay at least 5 hours I'll be using, because that also you can have some visibility that okay 8 hours every day I'll be using it, or I have a certain system which is database or something which runs 24/7, so I can give some commitment, more commitments I can give, right?
Yeah.
So various combinations are there actually, right? So you just choose certain options and try to understand the applicable rates. So these things are quite flexible, lot of options you see, right? And a lot of different combinations. So this is what you need to understand, right? Here you are choosing instance, right? Instance family you are deciding, right? And you are choosing certain region, right? And then you are getting the instances, whatever here it is not there, right? So you have to choose and check the combination, and then you can you may have it or you may not have it. You see, no matching result is there for this particular combination. D2 is not there in that region, then you can't get it. Say like I go for C5, this is a later generation, right? If I go for say like C1, right, it may not be there. I don't know. The two are there, right? C1. Say like if I go for C5, right? So many are there, right? So depends on which generation it is there. Latest generation will be availability will be more here. Fine. So you'll explore these options, this saving plan, this no cost explorer, this billing dashboard, right? This reserved instances, spot instances. So we'll have certain questions based on that, right? So if you just go back and revise all these concepts, try to understand these concepts, right? So that we can have certain questions, and then you can try to understand the scenario, and you can answer in the next class, maybe next Saturday, right? I can ask some questions related to this. Meanwhile, you can just try to revise all these concepts. That okay for all of you?
Okay.
Okay. So what we will do is, now we will take a break, right? And then we'll come back, and then we'll begin with identity and access management. Should that be fine? Okay.
Okay.
All of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's take a break for 15 minutes.